Hey everybody, this is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And the title for the video today is The Right Person. The Right Person. So we'll wait for Facebook to go out there and notify everyone and wait for everybody to jump on. Please jump on and say hi. And we'll get started just in a little bit. So let me hit settings on here and moderation here, see who's going to pop up. I know a few of you seen that I wasn't on for a couple of days, and I'll talk about that. So hi, Bill Shoemaker. Really appreciate you, and thanks for always being on here. doing my best to live up to the legendary status. So hi, Craig. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday to you. Hi, Kathy. Nice to have you on here. Appreciate you so much, all the stuff that you do. So awesome. Hi, Elise. How are you? And we'll get started here now. Yeah, I like waiting a minute, see if they'll go out there. So again, my name is Robert Hollis. I want to thank you very much for jumping on this video. The title today is The Right Person. And what I got to thinking a little bit is, I want to give you a definition of the person, the right person, the person that you're looking for. And hi, Melody. Hi, John. And one of the things that a lot of people do is they don't realize that in this industry, you can find, in a lot of industry, you can find the right person and not have to be the right person. Does that make sense? Hi, Pat. Hi, Ed. And so when I want to give you my definition of the right person. Now, believe it or not, we're not only talking about the right person, but we're also talking about a bunch of different things in that person, right? So not only are they the right person, their timing is correct. And there has to be in a combination of inspiration and a little bit of desperation. Maybe one or the other is dominant, but they throw caution to the wind. They 100% throw caution to the wind. They hear what needs to be done by a person that's documented, and there ends up being this thing that's called ignorance on fire. When you see it, it's amazing. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of the people that when I meet somebody that has the lifestyle that I would want for me and my family, I throw caution to the wind. I do exactly what they do. I'm totally coachable. I don't bring anything, I don't bring any baggage with me at all. See, a lot of people will bring, other baggage with them, and they'll bring, other teaching with them and other stuff with them. And I don't. So let me give you a definition, because through my career in this industry, I consistently always find the right people. And the reason why is in a recent training that me and my son went through, Matthew, they talked about an avatar. And an avatar, when you're marketing, you want to find your avatar. You want to find and you got to have a very strong description of that person. And so I want to give you that description, because that description of the right person is what you need to be asking people who they know that fits that description. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so they're not even close to average, and they're not average at anything. They're absolutely not average at anything. And where this came about and why I'm sort of like trying to find my way as I'm doing this training is yesterday, I did two things that were pretty cool. One is I went to the Harley dealership and picked up my Harley Fat Boy. It needed some work on it. And so I get to drive my Harley Davidson again. And so, I got on it and I was just going, I just love this thing. I just love driving it. And I guess you would say riding it. And it was just like, wow. And so I went from there over to a person I used to work with, listen closely, that I used to work with as an auto mechanic. His name is Harry Staley. I'm giving him a huge shout out. So this, when I got out of trade school, I went to the big city of Billings, Montana. At that time, maybe it had like 80,000 people. It's got 100,000 now. But I went to the big city where I met my wife, Terry, and I started working. And I started out working at a Goodyear tire store. And what was amazing is that I show up to Harry Staley's tire store because there was a vibration in Terry's Tesla. And, so we believe the tires need to be rotated and balanced. Found out that one of the rims are actually slightly bent. And so it needs a new rim. But when I met him years ago, I'm like talking, I probably met him, 21. I'd like 21 years of age, 21, 22, could not have been more than 22. And I was sharing with him that he was one of the instrumental people in my life that consistently, listen to me, consistently believed in me. I said, I look at you as one of the best people I've ever worked with, because you would always tell me that I had potential. You would always tell me that I could do better. You always believed in me. And there was things that he did where he found out that I was a master automotive technician. He took advantage of that in a positive way. He said, Robert, if I buy the best alignment machine that's out there, would you do me a favor? I'll pay for you to learn how to run the machine. I'll send you to their classes and you get trained by them. Then you're going to be the only person that can do alignments on this high-tech machine. So I can advertise and say, there's no one that's got a more high-tech alignment machine than I do. And I have a master automotive technician mastered an alignment to align your vehicle. And he says, would you be willing to do that? And he says, I'll pay you extra hourly for doing alignments. And I went, absolutely, absolutely. I would have never came up with this idea. So over the years, it's going to sound like I'm bragging, but it just is what it is. But, because, Terry lived in her mom's here and her sister's here, and we've always been around Montana all the time. It's like every time I needed something done, I would go see Harry Staley. And I would go there, and it's like, so we got to see our very first new Suburban. This is before Escalades were even made. And he got to see a new Escalade, and he got to see Terry's new STS, and he got to see, my new Harley, and he got to see, when we bought a Rolls Royce Ghost, I would bring it over to him and tell him, to look at the tires. And then, of course, the Tesla. And I took him for a ride in the Tesla yesterday. I said, well, you got to go with me to feel the vibration. And he gets this big smile on his face, right? And I put him in the car, and he's going, oh, my God, I've never felt this much G-force before. It's like, wow. And so he's meticulous. He's such a great individual, a great human being. And so he finds out that he's got to put these little blocks on, and the way he jacks up the Tesla, and the Tesla's got to be in service mode, and you got to click on text. And then he looks at it, and he figures out, because he's got high-tech equipment, he figures out immediately that there's not a problem with a rotation, which the tires couldn't be rotated. Like the Rolls Royce, the tires on the back are bigger than the ones on the front, so they couldn't be rotated, and that there was just a problem with the rim. But in the whole story that I just told you, it's like him and I were consistently going back. And all of a sudden, I just told him, I said, Harry, again, I got to say this. And you always want to give praise and recognition in public. And then you criticize and give people instruction when they're doing things wrong in private. and private, right? And so one of the things that I did in front of all his employees is I said, Harry, again, I just want to thank you for being an instrumental person in my life to always, be there to encourage me and believe in me, and you really helped me consistently build this work ethic and belief in myself. And I said, I just want to thank you. You're one of the top 3 people that have ever done that to me. And he sort of got teary-eyed. Again, he's probably at least 10 years older than me, if not more. And then he said, listen, he said, you can ask all my employees while I'm standing there. He says, I consistently talk about 3 employees that I've had, and all the time that I've either been a worker, a manager, a part owner, and then an owner. And he goes, out of the 3 employees I talk about all the time, he goes, Robert, I talk about you all the time. And this video started out talking about the right person. But let me give you some descriptions of the right person, because I've been this way my whole life. I've always wanted better for my family. I've always wanted better for me. I've always seeked out and found the very best mentors. When they tell me what to do, I don't second guess it. I see their results. I see the results of people that followed them. I don't question. I just do. I'm not scared of anything. I'll talk to all my friends and family. I'll walk out in the street and talk to strangers, because I want my life and my freedom and, the story that people tell about me. I want that to be something that's a legacy. I want to be known in this world as someone that made a freaking difference in people's lives. And so you might be average, or even consider yourself below average. But that doesn't mean that you can't become the right person. But what really is unique about this industry is that Sean Hennigan, a guy that never made any money in this industry, introduced me to my mentor. So what if you're just like Sean Hennigan? Is all you did is got out of your way, got great at promoting someone that was better than you, put them in front of the message. So when you're looking for people, if people do not watch the video, they're not the right person at the right time. If they don't create a free account, they're not the right person at the right time. After they create a free account, if they're not immediately watching the training videos that Josh and Jenna have just done, they're not the right person. They're not the right person at the right time. Because this is all stuff that I and other people that are successful do. Are you hearing me? You don't have to ask us. I mean, you guys know. If you don't know, you can go to businessfromhome.org and put my name in. Put it in under lifetime earnings. I don't know. I'm still probably 12th or 13th. I haven't been there in a while. But I'm far from done. I'm far from done. I just went over to a friend's house and he's celebrating his 80th birthday. He's such a great guy, Don Schlegelmelch. I'm looking at him and going, I got 20 years, I got 30 years, I got 40 years where I can really go out and make a huge difference in a lot of people's lives. And I don't have time to overthink. I don't have time to, what are people going to think of me? See, you got to find people that already have confidence, already have posture, already have a center of influence. Are you guys listening to me? And it's like, people spending all of this time with people that are not interested in participating in their own rescue. The people that you got to consistently sell, motivate. I mean, it's just, they just won't do it. They just won't. These are people that are, oh my God, I'm not a people person. Would you like to be? Yeah, then work on that. But what I'm great at getting people excited enough to say, listen, if you're not the right person, introduce people to the right person. You know, I was on Josh's training to close this out, and it was amazing that, you know, he's talking about this new team that just came in, and thank God they're under me, they're under candidates. And I'm like going, you know, listen, when Terry and I got involved, March 6th of 2018, we went to 500K in 8 months. From zero to 500K in 8 months. Are you kidding me? Didn't bring over a group. Had people that followed me immediately and did what I did and went to 25K in probably first month, if not the first two, Melody Riva. And I just talked to hundreds of people a day. Hundreds of people a day. Hey, listen, who do you know that needs to make extra money? Check this video out. Who do you know that needs to make extra money? And I got Joss and Jenna to do a presentation that was 30 minutes long. Melody Riva put it together. She introduced me. I surprised her, asked Joss and Jenna if they could be on the Zoom. And I actually took that video and we got it seen 119,000 times. So everybody was asking, hey, do you know of anyone that'd be interested in making extra money? Well, what is this? Check out this short video for me. Do me a huge favor, watch this video, and I know you're going to know of someone that this company can help. So the right person is the person that goes, I've been praying and looking for this. They do exactly what they're told, and the next thing they know, they're getting a check every single week. That is the right person. So, if you're not the right person, you need to work on that. And secondly, before you become that person, you can find that person. I've used this analogy my whole entire career. But when you look at some of the best athletes on the planet, some of the best singers on the planet, some of the best actors on the planet, some of the best marketers on the planet, these people were the right people at the right time in their life. And they said, if that person can do it, I can do it. And they put their head down with ignorance on fire and just said, listen, if you want me to put as many people as I can, as fast as I can, by saying as little as I can in front of a productive video, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm still doing it 35 years later. So it's sort of neat that I wanted to share with all of you that, you know, I don't remember exactly when in my life, but it was from a very young age where I was like, how did that person get that car? How did that person get that home? How did those people take their family on vacations to across the pond, as they say, to Europe or Asia or Africa? If those people can do it, I can do it. And I've consistently always seeked out the best coaches that I can find. And I don't question what they do. I don't overthink it. And I could give a rip what other people think of me. And so those are the right people. And so in closing, you guys have heard this saying. And I want you to really think about it even towards you. You know people are the right people based on their actions and their results, not based on what they say. So, I love and appreciate you. I will see you on the next video. I know that you can make a decision to turn it all around right now. Right now. And some people go, I'll never be the right person. Then who cares? Find the right person. The Sean Hennigans of the world introduced Robert Hollis to this industry. You can do it. Sean was smart. He edified and promoted my mentor, and he introduced me to my mentor. That's all he did. So I love you guys. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Become and find the right person. Describe that right person to other people, and who do you know? That man, they're a great storyteller. They always have people's attention. They're optimistic. They're positive. They don't do anything average. They don't have an average vehicle. They don't have an average home. They're nothing about them is average. Who do you know that is one of those individuals? Because those people got where they are because they're that person, and they're still looking to make a mark and a dent in this universe. So find those people and introduce them to a messenger like me and watch what happens. I love and appreciate you. Again, please do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. Share this video to everyone that you know. Bye for now.